Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So very happy to be with all of you and very beautiful deities. Radha,
Krishna.
Radha, Krishna. No,
Lalita Vishak.
Krishna name is Krishna.
No.
Okay, no. Huh. Nice.
Actually,
Beautiful.
Radha Krishna, Lalita Vishak.
Yeah, there. Wonderful. I gone to Chennai temple also. Very beautiful deities. Nice, and all of you have made the center more beautiful by staying here, performing devotional service, chanting, and taking prasadam, dancing, and preaching, bringing more boys to Krishna consciousness. Wonderful. So all of you, I think, are third year, except you. All are in third year. Your name is it? Madhav Pro. Yeah. Your name?
Anshul.
Anshul. Yours?
Abhishek.
Abhishek.
Harshwardhan.
Harshvardhan. Anshul. Abhishek, Harshvardhan, and his Madhav. Ganesh. So, I think third year you all are in where Himanshu Pro was telling me that you are just above Nakul group. Already you have spent 1 year in Krishna consciousness, and now you attended all the camps, no? Utkarsh, Purti camp, all the things. Very nice. So this is the beginning of Kartik month, so very auspicious. This is just second day today. So very not second, third day. So we'll have short prayers and then we'll start with our discussion. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विश्वपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we will be reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse number 40. This is one of the very beautiful verses from Bhagavad Gita. So please recite this verse after me. नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति
नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति
प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते
स्वल्पमपि अस्य धर्मस्य
स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य
त्रायते महतो भयात्।
त्रायते महतो भयात्।
Anyone can read translation?
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
Yeah, in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. Which endeavor? Yeah, bhakti, devotional service. There is no loss or diminution. And a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. So what is the most dangerous type of fear in this world? No? Hell. Death, okay. Okay, death will come to anyone, everyone. What is the most dangerous thing?
Hellish suffering.
Hellish sufferings will come. Yeah, that is also correct. But here it is specifically telling about most dangerous type of fear. One will be saved from that. So there are people who may not, if they do pious activities, they will not go to hell. Hell may not come to them. Yeah, cycle of birth and death, that is there. Another thing is, most dangerous type of fear means if somebody gets into the animal form of life, animal species if he gets, that is the most dangerous type of fear. Because in animal species you can't practice devotional service. And it's a lower species where devotional service is difficult because now all of you are sitting in this class. You can't just call some animals come together and you give a Bhagavad Gita class. So that will not happen. So it only human birth, in the human life only we can get to this Krishna consciousness. We can understand this knowledge. And there is in your device stations you must have heard of. What is the difference between animals and humans?
This dharma. Dharma. So human.
There are few things. The question that is common in both. What makes
Dharma only, like
dharma more explicit?
Consciousness.
inquiry ability.
Inquiry, ability to inquire. That is there only in human being. The animal cannot inquire. Eating, meeting, sleeping, defending, that can be done by man also, human being, and the same is done by animal. What is making him different is the ability to inquire. Why am I suffering in this world? What is the goal of my life? If somebody doesn't know this, then he is like animal only. He is same. There is no difference. One is. So if somebody is practicing spiritual life, he is understanding why I am suffering in this world. Like sometimes you do distribute books to people, they say, oh, I am happy, I don't. You tell this is find your lost happiness. You give the book. So one person said, I am happy, I don't need more. I am not suffering. So I am happy, he said. I don't need this book like that. But immediately, like Rajasham Prabhu, he told that you should immediately ask the question to him. Don't you get disease? Don't you get any disease? How many of you did not get any disease in your life till now? Anyone? Nobody is there. Everybody gets diseases. So that means we are suffering. So the happiness is only ignorance is bliss. People who are in ignorance, they think that they are very happy, but actually that is just ignorance, which they think that they are happy, but actually that happiness is what is that?
Illusion.
Illusion. How? Absence of
Knowledge.
absence of suffering. Like sometimes, that example Rasham Prabhu gives, no? You are pinching someone, then he says, "Oh, so much paining. Don't pinch me like that." And as soon as you remove the pinch, you said, "Okay, now I am relieved. I am happy." That is not happy. That is just absence of misery, absence of suffering. That's how people call it as happiness. So that is what is illusion. That is what is the one thinks oneself to be very happy. So basically, in this, and so we get saved when we practice devotional service. We are saved from this kind of danger to glide down to the animal species or lower species of life. That includes hellish planet also. So whatever less than human being, all everything is counted in that. So that is so this devotional service is so great that it can save us from that. So now Kartik month has started, and there is one wonderful story of a rat uh, which happened in the month of Kartik, which is given in the Puranas. So this rat, you know that it is always looking for some food. Whenever kitchen is not properly closed or something is open, the rat will somehow smell the thing, some nice pakoda, something is made. Immediately will find the way and come into the kitchen and take the thing. Like that, one time it was the month of Kartik, and one of such rat was looking for some eating certain things. So he came across a temple, Krishna temple, and that day was that there was a ghee lamp which was kept in front of the Lord, and the smell was so fragrant that he got attracted to that ghee, and he wanted to eat the ghee, but it was burning. That because when you are totally focused on sense gratification, you don't see the death coming closer. Same thing happened to him. That the ghee lamp was there, and he tried to eat that wick is there, no, in the lamp. So in that ghee is there. So he was trying to eat that, but in that process, the wick got stuck to his teeth, and his skin started burning with that, and he started jumping because of that burning sensation when it came. He started jumping on that, and the Lord Krishna, who was watching this thing, he considered it to be a devotional service that he is dancing in front of me, and that too, even in such situation when he is like burning and he is dancing in front of me, and that was also month of Kartik, so he got liberated in that way. He got liberated. So that story comes in the when you glorify the month of Kartik. This is also one of the story which is given there. That how this rat got liberated in the month of Kartik. So so we see that little advancement, little what he did was not just much devotional service or anything. He just did something which was not even, he did not even intend to do that, like offering lamp and such thing. So one of the Puranas it came that he the lamp was about to get extinguished, and he did little push, and it got lit up, and Krishna took a devotional service. In another Purana, it is said that he actually got burnt also in that fire, and that's how he offered his body to the Lord, and he got liberated. So now let us go to the purport and get to understand more uh, the glories of this acting in Krishna consciousness. Yes, next devotee can read the purport, first paragraph.
Activity in Krishna consciousness or acting for the benefit of Krishna without expectation of sense gratification is the highest transcendental quality of work. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. Any work begun on the material plane has to be completed, otherwise the whole attempt becomes a failure.
Yeah. So here one line is very important. The first line it says activity in Krishna consciousness or acting for the benefit of Krishna without expectation of sense gratification is the highest transcendental quality of work. So that is like very highest transcendental quality of work. So that should be the attitude or consciousness in devotional service, that the activity should be done thorough for pleasure of Krishna and without expectation of sense gratification. Like sometimes in temple somebody is offering, like somebody is cooking, so he should not, while cooking bhoga for the Lord, let me also eat it once it is offered. So then the sense gratification tendency has come. So then it's not a proper service. Service means it has to be completely for the pleasure of the Lord. So even without thinking, even the item may be very nice also, but until and unless it is offered to Lord, I should not even imagine. So there is example of Madhavendra Puri, no, that he went to the Kirichur Gopinath in Remuna. He went there, and when the kheer was offered to the pujari was taking the kheer to offer to the Lord. So he just thought, of course, he didn't thought it was not a sense gratification thought. He thought that let me just taste this kheer so that I can make the similar kheer for Gopalji, who is there in Govardhan. So that thought, so it was not offered. They were just taking it for offering. So he felt so bad that he just immediately left that place, and he condemned himself that I have such kind of desire and this. He immediately left that place. But Lord could understand his service attitude, and Lord actually reserved a pot of kheer for him. And later the pujari, it comes in the dream of the pujari, and the pujari finds out Madhavendra Puri, and then he gives the kheer. This is the kheer sent by our Lord. So that's how Gopinath, Kirchur, so Kirchur Gopinath means the Lord himself steals the kheer for his devotee. So his name became Kirchur Gopinath. So that's it. So there should not be any expectation of sense gratification. So activity should be done only for Krishna consciousness. That is the main thing. And the second point is, it is mentioned here, even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. So once one begins this devotional activity, there is no impediment will come, and nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. Means anything, any spiritual activity, even though somebody has just uttered the name of Krishna, and in the whole life he did not do any devotional service, still in his spiritual account, that some percentage of that punya, that punya will help him to get to again association of devotees, and that's how he can go back. So basically, even though little endeavor, it will never go in vain. So whatever one has practiced spiritual life, it is never going in vain. So even if some suppose after practicing for 3 years or 4 years or 10 years, somebody has fallen down. One may say, oh, he has lost everything, now what to do, and he has gone, he has fallen into Maya. But still, those whatever number of years he has practiced, that is there in his quota. So next year, so that's why it is said that devotional service is so powerful. And so even if somebody falls down also, still there is no loss. So that is what it is said in this verse. It is not to so that we leave Krishna consciousness at some point, but it is just to tell that so much the power of devotional service is so much that so suppose you have done only 10% this life. Next life you'll start from 11%. You don't have to again start from zero. So that is the glory. Whereas third point comes is any work begun on the material plane has to be completed. Otherwise, the whole attempt becomes a failure. So just imagine the entire year you studied a lot for your IIT. Now third year you are there. Full year you studied, you gave all the exams, everything. But if you don't give final exam, or even you studied for all the three, you couldn't give the exam, they'll not give you a degree only. So till the time the complete 4 years are completed, till that time you don't get the degree. So that means, so just by completing 3 years, you can't say that I have done my engineering from IIT Chennai. So you have to tell him, you have to show all the 4 years, and you have to show the degree certificate. Then only they will consider that okay, this person is now qualified. So until and unless the 100% is done, then the whole attempt becomes a failure. So there are many boys who take admission after 12, they will take admission in some college, and then after taking, they understand okay, this is not what I wanted. Maybe I had to go to another field. So then they may jump or they may switch over to another field or some another graduation they may do. So what they have done the previous graduation, that will be useless. They'll not get any degree of that. Maybe some knowledge will be there, but otherwise that 1-2 years are gone. So then again they have to start with another thing. And what to speak of this 1-2 years, what we are discussing, the entire life, if somebody is just utilizing in material things, and there is no guarantee that next life he takes, and then again he says that I have done my engineering from this particular college, or I was having 100 crores in my bank balance. He cannot say that. Like this Cyrus Mistry, he was one of the big businessmen staying in Mumbai. So he had how many crores? Exact amount this is there, but he was a billionaire. Lot of crores and crores of property he has. Some 300 or 400 or 500 crore like that. He has property. One of the richest person, and he was also the chairman of Tata at one time. So then his age was around 54 or so. So he had gone from Mistry. No, Cyrus Mistry. No. So it happened, I think 1 year back only this thing happened. Ahmedabad. So he was traveling from Mumbai to Ahmedabad, and while coming back from Ahmedabad, so he was of course he and his one friend, they were both of them were sitting behind, and his wife and some lady, they both were sitting front, and that lady was driving. So when they were driving from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, they came very close to Mumbai, but the road was first 4 lane. At one point of time, it became 3 lane, and then it was 2 lane, and then and the speed was very high, and that even that car, some Mercedes Benz only. Some car which was costing, not may not be Mercedes Benz, some car which was costing around 70 lakh rupees, and it has all the facility, airbags will open, and you will be protected in getting hit to anyone and like that. So everything was done. Only thing is, only the two ladies in the front, they had put the seat belt, and behind people also had a seat belt. Facility was there, but they didn't put that. And when this accident, the vehicle was very fast, and then it hit the one divider there. And as soon as it hit the divider, it totally toppled, and it was actually big hit when the hit happened. No, and it was such a force that both the men who were sitting behind, they were thrown out from the front window. That glass is there, no front glass. They're thrown out directly, and they on spot actually they died. And these two ladies also got some injured, but they got saved because of seat belt and all. But other two were thrown off, and they immediately died. He was moved to hospital and all, but that time it was already late. He was already left. We see now what about those 100 crores and crores of property? It is just in bank account. So they can't even now. Suppose he gets another. Now he must have got another life. In that life, he cannot say that I was this businessman in my last life. Is give. Nobody will believe, even his wife who is there. He will say no. I will not give. My husband has died. She will. So he cannot even claim us. So what material things he started, and the whole life he did that, accumulating so many properties, writing his name, making it proper legalized things and all, even the money, everything. And you say that at the end of the life, now you can't claim anything. Next life you take, you are not able to claim anything. So that's what it is said here, that any work begun in Krishna consciousness has a permanent effect, even though not finished. And any work begun on the material plane has to be completed. Otherwise, the whole attempt becomes a failure. So the whole attempt becomes a failure. So there is one story also, Mahamurk, you must have heard, no? Mahamurk story, drama, yeah. They have heard? Mahamurk, no? Generally in first year it is covered. Um, yeah, maybe I'll tell so you may remember. There was a king in one of the one place. He was the king of one area. So that time, this king was very much into material things, got entangled in expanding his empire and doing different things. So he was almost at the fag end of his life, but still he was not so much serious in practicing or going towards spiritual life. He was not so much into that. So once one sage came to his palace, and he very nicely took the sage, welcomed him, made him sit in the chair, and then the sage told him, sage was telling how is things going on, and he said, "Oh, everything is first class. I'm fully satisfied," and like that he was speaking. So the sage was trying to tell that now you practice spiritual life, and he was telling, "No, I heard this, I have that," and different things. He was just postponing, like like lesson after a few lives. No, he didn't get only. At the end, Narad Muni had to beat him. So when he became snake, still he was telling I want to. Then he called his son, and then the sons actually killed that snake. So that was the situation in Kailash. But here, the sage actually he wanted to give the lesson on the same life, and so then what happened is this. He said then he understood that the king is not ready for spiritual message. So then he says, "Okay, I'll give you this one stick is there. You keep it with you, and this stick you find out murk full number full person foolish person. You find out a foolish person in this your empire in your kingdom, and that foolish person, you give the stick and you tell him to go all around the kingdom and roam with the and tell that I am the full number one, I'm the full number one. He has to go all over the kingdom like that. So then the king says, "Oh, such a small thing, I'll immediately do it." And the king and he says that you go all around the kingdom, you go this direction, you go this, you go this, and you find out a person who is full number one and bring him to me, then I'll give him the stick and he has to go all over the kingdom. So now all the servants went, they started looking for the fool, but somehow they couldn't find anyone. They were looking here, there. Then they just sat at one place. They thought that where we will get him. And when they were sitting, all of them came different places searching and they gathered in one place. And when they were sitting, they just heard a sound which was coming from nearby. So the sound was there was one person who was sitting on the branch of the tree, on the branch of the tree, and he was cutting that same branch. So then these people they saw the sound was coming. They looked up, and then they saw this some person is cutting the branch and is sitting on the branch. Then they say, "Oh, are you full? Are you?" And then as soon as he heard this, he immediately again he became more fast in cutting the branch. Then they say he's the full number one, and then they understood we are searching for a full. So then they immediately caught him forcibly, and they say you are the full. So now we will take you to our king. So then they took to the king and then told the king that he was actually cutting the branch in which he was sitting, and the king started laughing. Everybody, all the servants, everybody had good laugh. So then the king said, "Oh, you fool! You take the stick, and now you go around and say I am fool like that. You go like that, and so that's how it goes." After that, the king was anyway in the fag end of his life. So one day his death time comes, and death time comes, and then he tells. So he was almost on the deathbed. He calls all his servants, all his. He had many wives also. He has many wives. He had so a lot of wealth, gold coins, everything he was. So he calls everyone, his ministers, everybody comes there, and many wives they were crying. Everybody was feeling very morose, and that things were going on. So because any time now some hours may be remaining in his life. So then the king said that everybody has come here, but one person is missing. Who is that? No, not Sage. Full number one. He is missing. Where is he? They will say, you call him. He has very sincerely has done this service. So maybe before I leave, then the servant they bring this servant, this fool to in front of the king, and then he sees the entire scene what is happening, and the servant this fool says that, oh king, what happened? Why you are lying here? He says, oh, I am going to die. So servant says, oh, what is death? What happens after death? Uh, so he says, death means I will go to some place where I will never come back. Oh, is it? So then the fool says that, okay, at least you will take your property with you, no? He says, no, no, I cannot take property with me. So at least I think you will take your wives and everyone, wives, children, everyone, they all will be going together. He said, what you are saying? That means I can't take anything. I can't even take my, then he told all this, I can't take my property, I can't take this, that, that. And then the fool started thinking, then you are actual fool, you don't understand what is death also. So he says, okay, now you have started sincerely so nicely. So now I give you another service. You do, what you do is, you find out a bigger fool. Like Mahamurkha, the story name is Mahamurkha. You find out a greater fool than you, and you give this, you hand over the stick to him, and then you will be free. You do your things and you hand it over to him. And the king, the fool looked at the stick for some time, and then he handed over to the king. And everybody was amazed, how, what you are doing this? And then the servant starts speaking, this fool starts speaking. He says, see, you are such a fool that the whole life you accumulated so much wealth, you did so many things, you bought so many properties, you married so many women, you had so everything you had in life, and so many things you are accumulating. But now when death is coming, you are not able to take anything. So what is the use of your entire life? As soon as he spoke this, the king got enlightened, and he says, you are not a fool, you are some enlightened person. Then he says, please tell me who are you? And then he says that actually I am disciple of the sage who had come to you. So the sage only sent me to give you this lesson. And then the king understands, and then he gives knowledge. The fool, now not a fool, the intelligent one, he gives the knowledge. He says that how spiritual life is so important, and this what we are reading here. This knowledge is given to him. That how anything done in Krishna consciousness that gives permanent result. So that should always be done. Other all things are just imagine now you are staying in a rented place. So you have to give some rent to the owner. You got a job in some other city, and now you have to shift to that place. So you are in the that rented place only for 10 days or maybe 15 days or 1 month or so. So will you paint the things very nicely, put up nice? Like recently in Hyderabad, they made a center. So they spent 20 lakhs. Our spiritual center only, the congregation center is there. 20 lakhs just for decorating the entire thing. So that, of course, their purpose is to, so that more devotees come and they wanted to, it's like a temple only for the connected devotees around. So can somebody who is going to stay only for 1 month like that, will he invest that much money in that? He may think that, oh, this is lacking, maybe I should put this, I should put that, and he's decorating the house more and more, bringing different chandeliers and this and that. Will anyone intelligent person will do that? No, because he knows that after 1 month I'm going to go to some other place. If he is permanent place, then he may do also. But just a 1 month place he is going to go, then why to invest so much energy into that? To do something for the permanent home, or suppose this person is getting a new home somewhere, which is his own home, then he may invest more energy into that. So that is a sign of intelligence. So similarly, this body which is given to is like this rented flat. So it is not, If somebody, so of course we have to eat, we have to sleep. So whatever is required for keeping the body and soul together, those things we have to do. But if somebody is too much into material things like this king, too much gone into the entangled into material activities without forgetting to give the food to the soul. So then that is like just taking care of the rented flat and then forgetting what is going to come next. After 1 month, then he will be like, no way. So you must have in the well, this so you must have a desolate land. Yeah. The person was made the king for 1 year, and then after 1 year, he was supposed to send to another place where it is like like kind of death place. Yeah. So then in that 1 year, this intelligent person, what he does is in this 1 year, he engages, shifts everything to that place. So that desolate land becomes very flourishing, and then that is like permanent thing. Similarly, some people, when we practice spiritual life, they will say that, oh, what is this? You are chanting. This is the age to do all this thing. You are chanting. You are putting tilak. You are wearing dhoti kurta. Maybe this is done in old age. So why you are doing all this? So that is like this kind of people who are utilizing that 1 year or whatever kind of facility, not in service of the Lord. So then they don't get the result later. So whereas we are now practicing spiritual life, and of course now also we are in bliss. And when the ultimate time comes, that time also we will be in bliss because we have utilized our time in Krishna consciousness. So so just a person just because he takes admission in a college and thinks that now I'll just enjoy, I'll not study, then he has to suffer. He will get YD or he will get backlogs. He'll not be able to clear. So one who says that, so when you study also, a person when getting into college is studying, so it's kind of austerity. When he does that austerity, he will get a good result afterwards. But who is trying to enjoy so-called enjoyment, he will get failed and again then he has to suffer so much. Similarly, in our spiritual life also, whatever activities we are doing, that is going to give us a very nice result. And sometimes there is some austerities like getting up early and this permanent very good result in the future. And even now we see that even early to bed, early to rise makes one healthy, wealthy, and wise. So even our health is taken care of with this, our bodily things, and because our spiritual practice is also there, then it is sure that whenever this such time comes, we will be Krishna conscious, and our it will be a success of one's life. So any work begun in Krishna consciousness has a permanent effect. That is like permanent investment in the account. So that is what Prabhupada is telling you. Yeah, read next lines. The performer of such work.
The performer of such work is therefore not at a loss, even if his work in Krishna consciousness is incomplete. 1% done in Krishna consciousness creates permanent result, so that the next beginning is from a point of 2%. Whereas in the material activity, without a 100% access, there is no profit. Agami performed his duty in some percentage of Krishna consciousness, but the result is enjoyed at end was 100% by the grace of the Lord. There is a nice verse in this connection, which is Bhagavatam 1:5-17.
Yeah, so Ajamila, no? Ajamila performed his duty in some percentage of Krishna consciousness, but the result he enjoyed was 100%. So some percentage is performed, still 100%. So that is spiritual formula. Material is 100%, even is better. Of course, balance should be there, not that giving up. So as long as we are in this material body, so the material thing has to be done, but one should not go too much into that. One compromises on his spiritual aspect. That is the main thing. Yeah. So there is nice verse. Yeah. Verse. Charanam hare rajan apakot tate tato yati yatrakvam pratam bhuktamushyakim povartapto vajatam tadarmata.
If someone and then falls down on account of no completion to God, what loss is there on his part? And what then again, if one performs the material activity perfectly, or as a Christian says, what profits a man if he gains the whole world but suffer the loss of his eternal soul?
Yeah. If someone gives up his occupational duties and works in Krishna consciousness and then falls down on account of not completing his work, what loss is there in his part? And what can one gain if one performs his material activities perfectly? So it is said, basically it is saying that even if material activities are done perfectly, what is the gain? Whereas spiritual activities, even though one falls down, still that is very, very glorious. So once Srila Prabhupada, he was giving a class, Bhagavatam class, and all the some of the disciples, because of too much tight schedule, they used to go for Harinam and different things. So some of them were dozing in the class. So one outside person came and he observed that oh, some people are dozing, they're sleeping, and somewhere and in the chanting also he was observing when they were chanting, they were sleeping and all. So later he approached Prabhupada. He said that, oh Prabhupada, Swamiji, this your disciples they are sleeping. They when they chant, he was an Indian person, and he saw these foreign people they are sleeping while chanting. He said, your disciples are all sleeping in chanting. They are not able to do properly. It is not proper, like that he was telling. Then Prabhupada said that, see, with they may be sleeping, but whatever chanting they are doing, and they have got so much renunciation. They have left their homes, they have left their all the bad habits, and left so many things, and they have become now Krishna conscious. They have become devotee of the Lord, and they are now daily coming, serving the Lord. So many things are happening, even with such chanting. What are you doing, Prabhupada? So he may be saying so many, but he himself is not able to practice. So basically, um, I was telling this in terms of yeah, yeah. What is the loss? Even if somebody falls down, but material things, it is like 100% also there is, even though one does perfectly, but there is no gain. So at least spiritual practice, it has to be done. As the Christians say, what profit a man if he gain the whole world yet suffer the loss of his eternal soul? So the soul, the main person, main thing which has to be, because people nowadays we see that they are materially they may be very advanced, everything is there, but still they are very lonely, very distressed, depressed. In like little bit something happens in the company, they become very irritative, and so many things. That's why whenever there is a stress management seminar, our devotees give, they go to company, the big crowd comes because everybody is in stress. So, Radhesham had given a class also, a seminar, converting stress into smile. So many people came. And at the end, when the question answers were done, so many questions came. My boss is like this, what should I do? Their expectation is so much, and this, that. So different people were asking different things. So he said stress comes because of this. So what to do? They were asking those things. So we could see that so many people are in stress. Why? Because they are not taking care of their eternal soul. They are just that is polishing the cage, forgetting the parrot inside who is becoming weak and now like that. So the soul also, when the proper nourishment is not given by chanting, hearing, reading of the scriptures, then the soul becomes very weak, and then it gets into such kind of person doesn't feel satisfied, or he becomes very angry, or this another trouble because there is no purification which is happening to him. So whenever we chant, whenever we do devotional activities, our all material, it's like a lot of surgery is being done. All our material anathas, it is slowly going away. But when one is not doing that, then it will increase, and then one gets into trouble because the senses drag him to different direction. Like that horse is there, no? Six horses, six senses, all go in different directions, and chariot collapses. That is what happens to a person. He gets collapses, and then person commits suicide and different things. So the last paragraph, some other devotee can read.
Material activities and their results end with the body. But work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness. Even after the loss of the body, at least one is sure to have a chance in the next life of being born again as a human being, either in the family of a great cultured Brahmana or in a rich aristocratic family. That will give one a further chance for elevation. That is the unique quality of strong Krishna consciousness.
Yeah. So material activities and their results end with the body, but work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness, even after the loss of the body. Any example in the Shastras? Somebody has fallen down, no, he has fallen down, but it again carried him to Krishna consciousness in his next life. Bharat Maharaj, yeah.
Chitraketu Maharaj.
Chitraketu Maharaj, correct.
Rajendra,
Gajendra also. Previous life he was King Indradimna. Yeah. Correct. So these are all examples that how like Gajendra, you see, in that life he did not practice anything, but because previous life he was a pure devotee, somehow he got a curse to become an animal. So, but in that when he came to the that situation where he was almost about to die, he saw all his relatives, nobody is there except crying. They are not able to do anything. They are not able to take him out of the jaws of crocodile. Then 1 year fighting was going on between the elephant and crocodile. One celestial year, the heaven, the pastime happened in some other place. So 1 year it was going on. And then after 1 year, then he understood Krishna is the only shelter, and because of that remembrance, he just remembered the prayers from his previous life, and he prayed to Lord Vishnu, and then Lord Vishnu comes on Garuda, and that time, yeah, yeah, cuts the crocodile, and even in that he performs some devotional service, even at that difficult situation. You know what? He offers the lotus. As soon as we see Lord coming, one may say, okay, Lord has come now, I will be saved. So even in that situation, not thinking about his pain or anything, he immediately took a flower and offered to Lord. So like whenever darshan opens, we also first offer to Lord the flower or so like that. So here he because in that condition, what to do? This was the thing available, immediately got and started offering. So such is the pure devotee. And Bharat Maharaj case also we see that next life he took off deer, and after deer in the human animal life one can't go back to God. So this deer became Jad Bharat. So this is perfect example fitting here. Krishna consciousness carries a person to Krishna consciousness, and he will be born as human being either in the family of great cultured Brahmana or rich aristocratic family. So, so Brahmana, so he became Jadabharat, was born in a Brahmin family, and then that's how he continued. And there he perfected his life and went back to God.
So in the animal form of life, one cannot go back.
Yes, some exceptions are there. So like Gajendra, such kind of exceptions. Lord can do exceptions. So, but some exceptions, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered that dog. Shivananda says. So such exceptions are there, but otherwise, that's why Bharat Maharaj couldn't go. No, in this dear life also he was completely Krishna conscious. But again, he has to take one more life. So one mistake in first life, he has to take two more births. Then he got liberated. Okay, so yeah, even Radheshampur is born in a Brahmin family. Prabhuji is so actually Prabhuji is also previous life he was a great devotee. Even the astrologer has told that about Radheshampur, and we can see his life also when from Prabhuji has told in many of the classes also, like in when he was small, that time only he has desire to dedicate, and then he, of course, his father also wanted to dedicate his life, Radheshampur's father. But somehow then he had to marry because of the parents thing. Then he got married, but he got son like Radheshampur, and then Radheshampur had the same desire, and you see that Prabhuji used to even at his 8th or 9th standard, when the holidays used to come, he used to tell father to bring different spiritual literatures and so many volumes of books he used to read during that holiday time, summer vacation and those things. And he had gone to dozens of organizations trying to know what is God, and so that kind of question he already had. So that cannot come just in this life. That means previous life he was actually great devotee, and that's how it has come now. And then later when he and nothing was satisfying him, he went to different organizations, some impersonalist he read also. Then he thought better to commit suicide than if this is what is the life about. Then he left that also. Then later when he went to Bombay, then there also Prabhuji said that there was one Chinmayananda. So he went to the mutt also. He went there, and somehow the main guru had just left before few hours. And then when he meant, he almost said that I want to become brahmachari and I want to join your place. But somehow the main person was out. They said he will come after 1 week. But within that 1 week, his conduit came, and then he understood Prabhupada's teachings, and then he understood this is only the main, the perfect organization and where I can practice properly. And Prabhupada is actually genuine spiritual master. So then he started following, chanting, everything. Prabhuji started after that. And now we see that here it is said, no, activity in Krishna consciousness and acting for the benefit of Krishna. So this is very much true in Prabhuji's life also. Because I'm serving him for so many years, I see never ever Prabhuji like waste his time in anything. Always from morning to night. Even there are times when after sleeping also Prabhuji is giving classes. Because sometimes there are like Utkarshana, so whole day classes are there. So because whatever activities you do, same things come no in the. So few of the times when Proj even the classes, oh this is this, and he was telling in the night sleep also Proj was speaking. Sometimes it is we sleep with Proj, then we can't sleep because sometimes Proj may speak even during sleepers. So that is the thing. One devotee was actually earlier one devotee was serving and he slept with Prabhuji. He said, Prabhuji, even in sleep you tell exact right philosophy only. So that is how. So he is very Krishna conscious and never ever I have seen that some time is just idling here there. Some time has gone. He is either he will do some classes, give or chant his rounds, or he will reply to his emails or some preparation of on his laptop. So laptop is always like either he will talk to devotees, nobody is there. He will do laptop certain things, different making lectures or hearing lectures or making some notes for some upcoming sessions and like that. So he always from the morning to night, every day, month, year like that. It is already now. Broja has some vocal cord issue. That's why he is now in Hyderabad. But otherwise, the entire year schedule is made. So November only we generally make the schedule for January to like next January 24 to December 24. Schedule is made and different devotees are informed that please suggest your dates of visit where when you want Radheshampur to come, and then they all block projects. Okay, we want this, and then we see all the list of dates and everything, and we properly match it. Some say that we want any month is okay. We want one weekend. Somebody says we want this many days. Then the entire schedule is made. Antati Pro generally makes it, and that's how. And even now, if like Proji may be having this vocal cord treatment is going on, but still, if you see schedule, you must might have seen no Proji schedule. You have seen?
Yeah, once I
Recently, the circulated also. Daily schedule. You have seen no? Yeah. Yeah. So every minute to minute Proji has written 3 o'clock, getting up, then 3:15 this, then 3:30, 3:45, 4 o'clock, like that Proji has written. Then chanting, then morning program. He is the only one who is there from 4:30 to 9:30, 10 to morning program, not going anywhere. Because in half an hour, Proji goes for Harinam, 7 to 7:30. Then he comes back. So the 4 rounds remains. That Proji, as soon as morning program Bhagavatam gets over, he will chant that. Then some Zoom meeting will be there. Even at this time, some because Proji is managing so many, uh, handling so many centers and all. So some Zoom meetings, other things will be there. He has to go to clinic also, go to doctor, then coming back. Even on the way, he'll take some book, right? And like in Proji's room, there are 6 libraries, 6 cupboards are there. So one may think that okay, I think maybe Proji's personal things are there. When you open all our books only, his personal things are only in the one small suitcase is there. That only is dhoti kurta. One there is one what we say that partition where Proji keeps the fresh dhoti kurta, and another the big one there unwashed dhoti kurtas are kept there. So after washing, then we keep in that partition. So that is the only bag, and whenever we had to travel to some place, immediately pack the bag, and everything is already there. Just put few more things and then carry. The cupboard, many devotees thought that it is a cloth maybe inside or some other personal things. But when you open all 6 cupboards, it has 2 partitions, so there are 12 things. Everywhere the books are only there. So one, two cupboards, I think Prabhupada books, some acharyas, commentaries and those things. Then some other like Chaitanya Charantu, other devotees. Even Prabhupada disciples, their books are also there in one cupboard. Then next generation, their books. Banu Maharaj also one cupboard is full Banu Maharaj's books only. And one cupboard produces all diaries where he used to make notes and all. That is also put in one place. So like that, is there a night he comes? Now he started book distribution also, which Prabhuji had desire to, along with preaching Harinam, he wanted to do it every day. So then he started with Harinam and consistently doing for now, I think almost 2 years are over. Every day, 7 to 7:30, wherever he is, he will do Harinam. Except sometimes when he is traveling in the morning or sometimes he's in voice center where morning class is there, accepting that place. But otherwise, whenever he's in temples, he generally goes for Harinam. And then book distribution project wanted to start. So this time he took an opportunity to start book distribution. So every day 5 to 7 projects to do before. Now 6 to 8 he does. So daily 1-to-1 book distribution he does. And so there also projects now finding out many ideas. We should do this. Now board they write, okay, discount if you take this many books you will get this, and properly packing the books, making a set and giving. So 100 rupees set, 200 rupees set, 500 rupees set, like that. In that also project has made his plan so that more books can go. So that he has started now. And third thing was deity worship, which project is yet to start. But project is now one is taking. Harinam started, book distribution, now deity worship also. Along with his preaching engagements of traveling, giving programs and all. Sometimes he has given even close to 7 to 8 programs also in the day. One program, then another program, then another, like that from morning to night. Morning it started at 3:30 also sometimes, because US also projects preaching now. So US timing doesn't match. Our morning, their night, our night is their morning. So either you have to give late night. So late night sometimes here programs are there. So morning project takes 3:30 to 4:30, and then 4:30 will go for Mangalarti. That he will never miss, just because somebody may say, okay, US class is there, I will keep it at 5 o'clock in the morning. Instead of Mangalarti, I will do this class like that. But processes like setting example is the highest. He will never compromise in anything. Mangalarti will never miss. 4:30 minutes he has to be there. So like that. And sometimes your Utkarsh classes used to be there, no? Utkarsh or any camps you see. So morning Bhagavatam, you sometimes for camp participant that is optional. You may not attend also. So you attend that Bhagavatam, and some places you may have to give also Bhagavatam. And then as soon as Bhagavatam gets over, your class starts at 9:30 or 10. He gives that also. And when the break is there in between 2 to 4, that time also he used to keep some classes or some meetings, because that is the free time. So then there he will keep some meetings or class. Then again 4 o'clock the regular camp class starts. The night, then after the class, devotees will be asking questions, and that's how the whole day passes. So that kind of we see that the activity in Krishna consciousness. So Prabhuji is one of the very wonderful examples for this. So this is what about this verse, and I thought we can discuss on this glory of devotional service in the month of Kartik. So Kartik month is very special, and whatever devotional activities you do in this month, it gives you immense thousands of time more benefit than what you do in other days. This month it is very special. There are many reasons mentioned why this month is very special. One of the reason is uh, the actually the name Kartik comes from the Radharani's name, Kritika. So her name was Kritika because she was the daughter of Kritika, and then that's how the month name is Kartik. One of the another reason is lot of pastimes. Most of many pastimes has happened in this month. Govardhan Leela, Damodar Leela, then Radha Kund, appearance of Radha Kund, Sham Kund. So many pastimes have happened in this month. It's a very special month. Prabhupada disappeared in this month only, and so like that, this month is very special. And so any devotional activities are done in this month, we get immense benefit of that. So spiritual. So that's why it is said that we should take some vows also in this month of Kartik, that I will chant some extra rounds, or I will read. In case I'm not able to read regularly, maybe at least this 1 month I'll try that every day at least 15 minutes. Without reading, I'll not sleep. That reading should happen, hearing should happen this much. So some kind of vows or some kind of things we should do in this month of Kartik. Some devotees, like already in Pune, one devotee said So this one devotee said only rice and boiled vegetables, no spices, no sweets, nothing he will take for the entire 1 month. So some devotees say such vows also. Even Gaurang Prabhu taken a vow, no salt, no salt for 1 month. So he has taken that in his diet. They will keep like that. So different devotees do different vows in this month. So that some say that okay, I will chant 18 rounds or 20 rounds, like little more than what I am regularly doing. So that is like, so this is the time when we get more, we show our commitment more, and we get more benefit also of that. It's very special month. So now I think we will have Damodar. So thank you all very much. We'll end our discussion here. Anyone has any question?
In purpose, like we saw that there was one line. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment.
Yeah.
इससे हम क्या समझ सकते हैं मतलब impediment मतलब हाँ हमारा mind trouble करता है ये सब मतलब
Yeah, impediment here it is said that if full line if you read, even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. So basically, there is no impediment. Suppose you have done some amount of devotional service, so that is there always in your account. So there is no impediment in that. So never ever it will happen that okay, something, some offense or some sinful activity is done and this spiritual activity is finished. So in that way, there is no impediment. So whatever you have done, that is going to be there permanently with you, like that. So there is no impediment in that way. But in our practice, there will always be impediments uh, like because Maya want to check whether we are fully Krishna conscious or not. So if we are little inattentive, then she will immediately propose some temptations, some situations. So that is a test for us. So sometimes such test may come just to know what is our sincerity in Krishna consciousness, whether we have advanced or not. Like even your college tests as well, no? Unit tests, sometimes midterm, semester exams and all. So they are testing your knowledge. Then once you pass it, then you go. First year you complete, then you go to second year, then third year, then final year. Similarly, based on our advancement, we will given some test also. And in case we say yes to those temptations, that means we have failed in the test. Then our advancement remains the same first year level only. Then we don't grow. Then, but once you say no to that tempting situation, that means immediately you will be advanced to the further stage. So then the next level test will come. Every time you have to pass that much test. When you are first year in Krishna consciousness, not much. Everything is very. Then as you grow, second year, third year, final year, then the more you are coming, so the test will also come in that kind of capacity. So you have to be prepared to face those tests and become pass in the exam. That's and of course passing you have to work always under guidance of a superior. Read our nicely charge your batteries by chanting early in the morning. Priority should be chant in the morning itself. Chanting should not stay till afternoon or evening. So, so then that because if it remains, that's how the Maya will enter and she will see that we are postponing certain things. That's how the Maya will act and temptations will come and we may fail in that thing. So one has to take care of it. Yes. Okay, so we end our class here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.